Okay, so state of the channel. My channel really started in late 2015 and did see an explosive initial growth due to my Dead Space 3 playthrough with Galm, and it has slowly continued to grow up until about early 2019 when YouTube changed their algorithms every other month or so to appease the outrage of the day. Large parts of this growth did come from my LPs with GOM, but I did gain some new subs and members on my own merits, as well as doing collaborative works with the Lucky Gamer and Lady Elvira. So, all this said, my growth did effectively kind of slow to a crawl or stop about July. And I do theorize that this kind of comes from not just the algorithm changes, but also because my channel is not monetized. And being not monetized does mean that I am effectively out of any sort of showing on YouTube. I don't appear in recommendations. If you look for me, you're only going to find me if you're directly looking for me. So I'm not surprised that my growth has kind of trickled lately. But this all said, I do have very consistent views on my videos. The average view time is pretty stable at about 15 minutes per video. So all of that is good. So naturally, outside of the videos that include GOM, my most watched videos are actually the SCP videos. Personally, I'd love to do more of those, but the problem is that I also tend to host most of the games for SCP. And to keep a good experience for both myself and for those who are also playing, particularly since, Ranzik and Hex both stream those sessions, I don't really record any of the SCP games. There are a number of games I actually don't record because I am the host machine, and that's fine that I'm helping other people generate content. But the thing is that there are a number of games that I don't record because I am the host machine, and I'd like to be able to record them. So something I've talked about doing in the past, and I really kind of want to do it, and we'll probably try and pull the trigger in 2020, is build a new PC and then use my current PC as kind of a pseudo-dedicated server for stuff like Black Wake and like Minecraft, because Black Wake I'd like to do more often, but the problem with Black Wake not only is the number of players a problem having that, but it requires an actual server, and you can't really do that without renting for a month, and that's very expensive to do for just one or two sessions. And for things like Minecraft, I'll rent a server, and then, everything's great the first couple of days, like the Pixelmon server, and then all of a sudden, nobody's there. And it's really expensive to start renting things like servers, and then nobody actually uses it. So, also unbeknownst to many, we did do a Project Zomboid thing with another community, the Black Plants Legion. But there were problems with the servers, and the long story short is it didn't really work out. There were lots of problems, not so much with us, as in, the different personalities, but with the hardware of the server. It constantly froze, stuff would disappear. It was really bad. So the short story of this is I really need to get a new computer because it's starting to show it's my age for the I'm using like an 8320 AMD. So I need a new computer. And what this will mean is that if I'm able to host games better, I can host them more regularly and do stuff like Gary's because I don't have to have a paid service. Currently, the new content is tapering off at about 20 to 50 views. To me, this is merely okay. It's a little disappointing. I kind of wish it was higher. But, it is what it is. I'm not monetized, so nobody's able to find my channel. And it really is, this is for me, it's a hobby. But the thing is that I'm really producing way, way too much content for this to be a mere hobby. And a lot of these series are starting to run a little too long. And their current one-a-day release schedule is just completely unacceptable. I mean, I started releasing Dungeons & Dragons Online, I believe, back in May, or at least it was recorded in May, and it's been going on for about 3 months. That's way too long. And the thing is that I have roughly about 60 videos in backlog. I have 20 that are waiting to be uploaded. I have 10 to 20 hours of content waiting to be cut. This is supposed to be a hobby, and I have right now 2,029 videos that are available to the public. Well, 2,030 because this one will be, 2030. That's way too much content for me just doing this as a hobby. And the thing is that I don't want to do this as even really part-time or full-time. So I don't want to be in the position where I'm doing 2 to 3 videos a day. That's way too much work for that, for, a channel that doesn't get any views. And I know that the long release schedule is a problem. I know that the backlog is a problem because there are games that I have done that are just simply not getting out there, like the Sourcetober stuff, and that needs to change. And there are a couple of things that I have kind of been thinking about. I have been thinking about increasing the length of the videos, but what I'm doing for the current situation is I'm going to take some of my time during my break and do a full sweep of all of the videos that I currently have up, try and get as many of them as I can tagged and described and get thumbnails for them, and then just try and do 2 or 3 videos a day throughout January. Now, what this means is that I will no longer have any backlog, and what this also means is that I want to try and slow things down a little bit, because 2,030 videos, man, that's way too much. I know that's like 4 years of content, but to give you an idea, that's at least 200 videos. No, what does that account for? That's 2,000, so divided by 4, that's about 500 videos a year that I'm releasing. That's ridiculous. That's at least 2 videos a day. So that doesn't sound right, but apparently that's what YouTube's telling me. So clearly there's a problem. I need to figure that out, and I might try to narrow it down to be maybe 2 to 3 videos a week. I know that in the beginning, when I didn't have this huge amount of backlog, that I did have like 2 or 3 videos a full week, and I kind of need to return to that, because right now, I know when I was doing the OneNote stuff that I have, because I use OneNote to kind of keep track of all of the tags and the games that I'm playing, and earlier this year, like up until August, it was, just maybe 5 or 6, and now it's up to like 20, and that's ridiculous. So I gotta slow it down. This might mean that there will be less content. It might mean that there's less content, but it's longer. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I do need to slow it down. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, COPA. To me, it's disturbing that YouTube let this go on, knowing full well how illegal it was for them to be advertising to children. And I fully side with the FTC on this one. It's completely inappropriate what they were doing, and I think that they should have been taken for pretty much everything that they had. But how does this affect my channel? To be frank, from all the research that I've done, it doesn't. It's very clear my videos are not for kids. I don't advertise to young children. I don't even want young children in my Discord. I really don't. It's just a whole can of worms I don't want to deal with. And as an unmonetized channel, I'm really not in any sort of danger of being under the FTC's thumb at all. The only way that you're going to see ads on my channel is if YouTube intentionally puts them there, which takes agency away from me, and that's on YouTube. If somebody claims my content, which, again, I can't do anything about that. So, really, I'm not in any danger from the FTC. This all said, I would be and am very concerned about the state of YouTube. They've become increasingly draconian to the point where I don't even know how they get away with it anymore. And they're just going to kick everybody out who isn't a stupid huge channel or isn't, mainstream media. And I'm a small channel. I don't really have the resources to fight them if they ever do that. So what I have done is I have a channel over on BitChute, and basically every video that I upload and release gets also released on BitChute pretty much immediately. Now, you can go to my BitChute channel, and I suggest you do, through the link in my description, and subscribe over there, because the way that YouTube is heading, it probably stands a chance that I might not have a channel on YouTube for too much longer. And if that happens, I want to still be able to upload, so I'm going to be over there at BitChute. So I've been doing that since July of 2019, so there's quite a lot there that you're able to see. So the takeaway here is it's not the FTC that I'm worried about, it's YouTube. And if you want to, continue to support the work that I do or be a part of it, go to BitChute if you have a problem with YouTube. So most importantly, with that said about Copa and YouTube, but you should probably join my Discord. YouTube's a really bad way of communicating and interacting with me. So is Twitch. So are all of those streaming services. It's why I generally don't stream, because it's just I'm reacting to what you say 10 seconds ago or 5 seconds ago. It really doesn't matter. If I'm focusing on you and not the game, something's gone wrong. And I want to be able to do both. And for me to be able to do both, you need to be part of my Discord so you can join it in the games. And my channel is actually pretty active. I do schedule weekly games. I have contests on occasion, like those Mega Man Maker contests. I give games to set up sessions if I need more people. Like Black Wake, I gave away probably 15 copies of Black Wake to make that happen. So there really is no reason not to join my Discord. And unless if you plan on causing trouble. So, if you plan on causing trouble, just don't even bother. I'm just going to boot you anyway. So just save yourself some time. Save me time. If you're planning on causing trouble, don't join. But, there's a link in the description. You should be clicking on that. You should be joining the Discord. My Discord is free and open to all. It's a great way to get into a lot of the games we play. I try to make sure that a lot of the games we play are either very inexpensive or free, and that they're low power enough that most people who have the game can run the game. So if you want to join in, but you're worried that your laptop isn't powerful enough, it probably is. And the way that YouTube is heading, I'd rather have people join the Discord anyways. You can be a viewer instead of a participant instead of just a bystander. And at the end of the day, that matters more to me. So do yourself a favor. Don't bother with the bell bullshit. Don't bother with the whole algorithm with the liking and commenting to drive up my views or whatever, to get more traction. Just join the Discord. It's the better thing to do. So coming in 2020 is the podcast. I'm reviving that. And you would know that if you were part of the Discord. It's been mentioned. The first one will be in February, the first weekend. I don't know what the date is off the top of my head, but that will be information that will be disclosed in the Discord. Again, you should probably join for that. The idea behind it is that it is going to be a video game book club, where for a month we play a game, at least for 2 hours each, and then at the end of the month, we will talk about said game. And the game first up is Fallout New Vegas, so that promises to be very interesting because it is a fantastic game. And all of the stuff for this is going to be in the Discord, and it will be streamed to YouTube, but it won't be talked about on YouTube. So there won't be any ads, you won't get any dates or times. I will not make any news videos saying, hey, we have this podcast coming. All of that information is going to be relayed through the Discord. So that's the only way you're going to hear about it. More stuff that's coming is going to be Star Wars, The Old Republic, and Star Wars Galaxy Legends. I'm planning on maybe doing something about that, streaming, or maybe I'll do a few videos. I'm a little shaky on it. I'm not 100% because of the way Disney and YouTube have been treating some of the Star Wars content, particularly with Copa, and trying to just milk Star Wars as much as they can and force it to be as kid-friendly as possible. Or just call it kid-friendly even though it's not, because it's Star Wars. So it's a little up in the air, but I am looking at doing some stuff with that. Particularly the Star Wars Galaxies, because if I can get that running, I might be able to get something like AVP2. It'd be great to play Aliens vs. Predator 2. That game's been dead for over a decade, and it was fantastic, and there's no digital release. So if I can get stuff for Legends running, I'm going to try to do the same for that. And, maybe get that done. That'd be friggin' fantastic. There's also single-player games that I'm looking at doing. I'm looking at doing Star Trek Bridge Commander. I'm looking to do the Blade Runner release, which that I actually might stream. I'm not sure about that yet, but something to look forward to. And something else that I've been thinking about doing is I'm thinking about increasing again the video length. I believe I talked about this before, where instead of my videos being 30 minutes like they are now, roughly about, some are a little over, some are a little under, basically 30 minutes, but I've been thinking about switching them to be an hour format. I'm not sure I really want to do that. I'm kind of watching what happens with the Diablo 2 footage to see the watch times on that, because honestly, if I'm going to cut an hour video, I want to make sure that people at least watch 20 minutes of it. And people aren't watching 20 minutes on average, then why am I doing an hour video? I might as well just stick with the 30. So that's one of the things I'm kind of looking at to kind of keep the release schedule a little bit more moving, because like I said, 2030 videos, that's way too much. So here's to 2020. Things have been going great for the last 4 years, and I plan to continue doing this, so hopefully the next 4 years are just as good, if not better. So to all of you, thank you for watching, and have a good new year.